Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Scorpio in mid-February 2020. What's going on, Scorpio? How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, man. Welcome to mid-February, Scorpio. How are you? How was your Valentine's Day? Was it great? Was it amazing? Was it not so great? Was it not so amazing? Either way, I'm hoping you had a good day, but if you didn't, I hope that you're feeling better in the days since, and hopefully it wasn't that bad of a time if you did have not such a great Valentine's Day. I still love you. I still support you. I still care. So, you know, there's no point in wishing any ill will on anybody, and, you know, I try my best not to get, not I try my best, but I used to be, like, really, you know, anti-Valentine's Day and like really, you know, just like, it's a stupid holiday and blah, blah, blah. And I mean, I still feel that way, but ultimately my purpose with this channel, my purpose with sort of what I do now in my life in general is to wish people well and to project positivity out because, you know, that's part of law of attraction, yeah? So anyway, enough about me and enough about my philosophy. Again, I hope you had a great day on February 14th. And if you didn't, I hope you had a great day February 15th and onward. Now, Scorpio, shuffled off camera. That's your main spread there. I'm going to shuffle on camera now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all of the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that is when the reading begins. Timestamp is in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down in the description box is everything you need to know before you place an order with me for a personal reading. If you have a question before you actually place an order with me for a personal, go ahead and email me at the same address and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and comment, do all that fun stuff. If you don't want to purchase a reading, or if you can't, do that or a donation. Doing anything that YouTube allows you to do here in terms of liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting, all that stuff helps support the channel as well in case you are not able to support me directly by purchasing a tarot reading or doing a donation, okay? Alright guys, let's get into it. Let's see Scorpio's outcome for mid-February. Oh yeah, by the way, it's gotten better since I've done these progressively throughout the day, but I am technically still a little sick. I have a little bit of a head cold, so if I'm coughing or I have to stop the video to take care of that, I apologize ahead of time, okay? Now, Scorpio, let's see Scorpio's outcome for mid-February 2020. Mid-February 2020 outcome for Scorpio, please show me. All right. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. That's crooked. I can see it now. All right. Let's try that again. A little better. All right. How's that look? Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and flip what came face down for you, Scorp. Hey, 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 hey. I don't know why I'm saying that. Being weird. That's par for the course. Jay is a very weird person, if you didn't know that already. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Please show me Scorpio in mid-February 2020. Please show me Scorpio in mid-February 2020. Please show me. Come on. It's like two positions here. Come on, show me clearly. Wow, what was that? One more time. Okay, thank you. We got there. Listen, that back and forth stuff, I'm not a fan. Then they cricked my neck again. I told you guys I don't like that shit. Not you, Scorpio, my guys. Now, let's see what's going on. Scorpio coming in. Oh my god, and then I'm sliding it to the ground. Coming into mid-February, you come in with the Eight of Wands in reverse. I'll show you this upright just so you can get better used to it. Eight of Wands in reverse. Not one for talking right now. hey. Or communication in general is just like not your forte right now. We are in a Mercury retrograde. I haven't really mentioned that too much. You're like the 6th video I'm doing right now. And I think this is only the 2nd time that I've actually mentioned it. So I don't know how big that's playing into your life, but it is going on. And often in Mercury retrogrades, we do have mix-ups or foul-ups in terms of communication. So that could be a factor here, but I'm not going to rely on that because, yeah, no. But it might mean something to you. But regardless, Sag. I just did Sag. I apologize. Scorpio. Scorpio. There are things to say. There are messages that could be delivered, could be sent, but they're unsent. Okay, thank you. What's that? There are messages, okay. Like you might be, and I'm saying you, it could go vice versa. It's a general, so, you know, if it's not you doing this, it's someone that you're dealing with, someone who's in your vicinity or in your energy field right now. But this feels like messages that are typed out but not sent. Type, backspace. You know what I mean? For those like that are on Facebook or who are on, what is that, iOS, Apple, right? Where you can see that the person is typing those 3 little like dots that appear, but then like no message ever comes through. It's like, okay. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like there's a lot left unsaid here. On your part, on another person's part, on both of your parts, I can't really tell. But it's unfortunate because a lot of things could be cleared up with this communication, yeah? More. Give me more. What else? Okay. Some of you, this is like not about moving. Not about moving. What the hell is that? Not about movement. Thank you. Not about movement. Or it's about movement. It's about lack of movement. Thank you. That's how we can say that. Not about lack. It is about lack of movement. My God. What is wrong with me? Anyway. Lack of movement. Oh, what's that? Okay, that's really strange. So what they're showing me is a U-Haul truck, moving, the prospect of moving homes, right? But the truck is in the desert, and the truck is stopped. It's stalled, it's overheating, whatever. And there's nothing coming to help it, to help you, to help the people who are moving, and nothing. There's no AAA, there's no roadside assistance, there's no, you know, other cars passing by to give you a jump or to, you know, check out what the problem is with the vehicle. There's just this exhausted, overheated, underperforming vehicle with a bunch of shit in it, you know, stuff from a house. And it's conked out in the middle of a road in the desert. Wow, what the hell? Lack of movement. Wow. Scorpio, it's like there is, who was I saying this to? Cancer? Yes, I'm saying it to Cancer. Thank you. A lot of intention to send messages, to talk, a lot of intention to move forward, to see progression, but the desire is not enough. Thank you. The desire is not enough. Someone may want to say something, but if they don't say it, then they don't say it, and there's nothing anyone could do about that. Does that make sense? Meaning, you or them or I or whoever it is might have a desire to speak clearly or to communicate a particular message or to receive a certain message, whatever it is. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. There might be a desire to move homes or move from one place to another, like transfer jobs or transfer to a different department. This is going in all kinds of directions. That's why it's like kind of haywire, the things that I'm saying. But to want it is one thing. To see that thing through, to see it come to fruition, to see it manifest and actually take shape in your reality is another thing. We all want, for the most part, to win the lottery, to win big. But if you don't play the lottery, you'll never get that chance. Or, to put it in a more practical sense, let's say you want to quit smoking, right? You could want it all you like. You could want it all day long. But if you're always out there packing your carton, packing your, doing that thing that smokers do, hitting the pack, right? If you're always flicking a lighter, if you're always inhaling and then exhaling while you're puffing on a cigarette, if you continue that action, you're not going to quit. Does that make sense? So you could want to stop doing something, but if you don't put in action to stop doing it, you're going to continue to do the thing that you're trying to quit. Does that make sense, right? Put it another way. They're like, do it another way, okay? Drinking. If you wanted to stop drinking, you don't help your cause if every day after work you go hang out at the bar. You don't help your cause if every time you go grocery shopping or every time you go to the store, you're plucking a bottle of vodka off of the shelf and clunking it down in your cart. You don't help yourself get the thing that you want by doing the opposite, by doing counterproductive actions. To put it back on what the Eight of Wands is more than likely talking about, if you want to say something, or if you need to say something, if you are typing out a message, or writing a long letter, or constructing an email, but you never hit send, you never put that stamp on the envelope and put it in the mailbox, what's the point? So there is a desire, like I was saying for Cancer's reading, there's this desire to do something or to see some type of change or to communicate something or, like I was saying a little bit earlier with the U-Haul thing, to move in a certain direction, but the desire is not enough. Going back to that, because they're like, now I'm back in this desert scenario. Okay. It's halfway. Okay, thank you. So for some, there's been no action taken. No communication, no constructed email, nothing. In other cases, there have been steps taken or there has been some progress, but it's halfway. Oh God, what is this? Oh, okay. Got it. Well, I don't got it, but I think I can get something out of this. So going back to this image of being stuck in the desert, right? Traveling, moving in a U-Haul moving van or whatever it is, right? Let's say before you left the U-Haul lot, they asked you, hey, for this much more, do you want us to give you some type of insurance policy? Like, we'll come and get you if you break down. Otherwise, you'll rely on your personal, whatever it is. It's like halfway done. It's like something about, oh my God. And then I'm like rubbing the side of my head, and I rarely do that. What's that about? Anyway, something about needing to take it all the way or be signed. All right. I wish I could articulate this better. I'm apologizing to you now, Scorpio. I'm not going to be able to articulate this in the way I think I'm supposed to, but here we go. To go into an agreement like that, I'm going to use this rental vehicle for this trip, but I'm not going to get this extra add-on in case of an emergency, because I don't think an emergency will happen. There it is. The likelihood that you would be caught in the middle of the desert in a very hard to, discern location where you would be stranded and no other cars come by, blah, 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 blah. It's like I can't predict that, and it's unlikely, therefore I'm not going to get that extra bit of the agreement. Does that make sense? So you skip it. You know, I'm going to save myself a couple $100 or, you know, $75 or whatever it is. I'm not going to get that as part of my rental package. Then you get out into the middle of the desert, the goddamn van breaks down, and that's exactly the scenario that you didn't expect to happen. It happens. And because you were trying to save money or skip this or, you know, avoid, you know what I mean? I don't want to overpay. I don't want to pay for something I'm not going to use. I don't want to pay for something I'm not going to use is the best way I can put that. The moment you don't do that, the thing happens. Does that make, I don't know what the fuck that's about, but that's what this feels like. Maybe it is literally about insurance. Maybe it literally is preventing you from moving. Like maybe in your rental agreement, there was like a clause or something. If you pay this much a month, you can get out of this lease, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't deal with leases or anything like that. So I don't know. But there's something now where the thing that you should have paid attention to, should have paid for, should have given to. I don't know how they're having me express this. Whatever you should have done then has now come up in your present moment, and it's costing you. You're blocked. They're doing this. They're showing me this, but God, I'm going to tell you exactly what they're showing. They're showing me a moving mouth, but the tongue is cut. And when you don't have a tongue, it's really hard to speak. I'm pretty sure people without tongues don't do well in, you know, public speaking. You know what I mean? No shade, but I mean, that's what this is. So there's a need or desire to speak, a need or desire to move, a need or desire to progress. But because something didn't happen back then, because something wasn't adhered to back then, agreed to back then, expressed back then, in your present moment, you're doing without. You're in a deficit now. You're in a desert now. And there's not much rescue. That's fucking crazy. I don't even know what that is. So we spent a long time dealing with that. I don't know what this is. But I feel as though you are caught up in this, and I don't know how you get out of it, is what this feels like. So what else happens? Let's see if we can make heads or tails out of all of that. Jesus, well, okay. So, that thing. I hate this card so much, but I think that's where we're going. Yes! Listen, I hate this card so much. I hate the artwork. I don't hate the meaning of the card or anything. I hate the artwork on this card. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Look at this thing. It's so disgusting. Like, what is this kid doing? What is he offering? What is he partaking in? What is that bowl of grossness? Like candy corn, some type of brownie with like a nut on it. I don't mind nuts in my brownies, but no, I don't like this. And this kid is looking all I hate this card. I hate the artwork of it. I love the deck overall, but Anyway, the point is, Scorpio, kind of what I was saying before. What was needed back then, either actual, because this is now Pentacles, and I see we have another Pentacles card right there. So it could be things that you should have paid for back then have cost you in the present. Could literally be some type of insurance or a certain aspect of your insurance policy. I don't know what your state requires. I don't know what's optional. Something that was optional, you're like, I probably won't need it. You skip it. Months or years down the road, you need it. You skipped it. You pay out big time. Yeah? Could be something like that. In general, though, regardless of whether we're talking about some type of insurance, some type of a payment, or bill or whatever we're talking about, what needed reciprocity, what needed fairness, what needed to be shared, shared? Yeah, because he's trying to share that now. Listen, it's only the artwork I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the energy, but I don't want what's in that bowl. That shit looks nasty. Anyway, but what needed to be shared, what needed to be given freely, thank you, given, reciprocal, right, was not given, was avoided, rejected. Like, no, thank you. Pushed to the side. Oh, no, thank you. I don't need that. No, thank you. I don't want that. No, thank you. I'll do without that. Now, no. You're like, nope, that's a problem. That's a problem. They keep showing me that's a problem. Gosh. Scorpio. There was an element in terms of like those where this is about a conversation, or this is about some type of communication, or this is about some type of exchange. We'll call it an exchange. Okay. You or someone else didn't show up in full capacity. For whatever reason, whatever that means to you, I think it will resonate if it's meant to resonate. Whoever didn't do that is now paying that price. Where there was a need or a request for an exchange, equal. You know, not you give me and I don't give. No, this is reciprocal. This is give and take. This is give and take. This is give and take. Like, I wish you could see what they're fucking showing me. It's weird. Anyway, whoever didn't show up in that same give and take energy, or who gave sometimes but then didn't other times, was available and unavailable, here, not here, yes, then no. It's like in and out. Thank you. In and out. That's the problem. That has caused problems. Big time. Big time. Yes. Yes. Big time. That has, roost. They're like chickens to, or what is that? Chickens come home to roost, or whatever that phrase is. Whatever was needed back then has really screwed up this present moment. Distrust is a word they're giving me. Yes, thank you. Because the reason they're giving me distrust is because when I see this little kid, like, I mean, his little costume, and I mean those people in their little sheets, their bed sheets back there, like, no. What's to trust here? This is a distrusting image. Not the meaning of the card, the image of this card. I'm just like, I don't trust what's in that bowl. I don't trust that little boy. I don't trust those two people in them sheets back there. No ma'am, no sir, no thank you. Yeah? So there's something here about distrust. There's distrust in the situation. You distrust someone, someone distrusts you. Whatever it is. Problems here with these two together. This is annoying. Jesus Christ, this could go on forever, and I'm not trying to have that. Let's move on. I want to move on. Nope, they're not letting me. What else is it? Come on. Distrust, lies, manipulation. Okay, that's pretty much, okay, that makes sense. They're like, because of that. Okay. So also down here with the Eight of Wands, being about communication, being about, you know, this exchange between you and another person, or you and several people, whatever the situation is. Distrust in that. There's manipulation in this. Yes. Selective. Thank you. Like I was saying about the damn thing, that stupid rental agreement. What did I just say? What was the word? Oh, fuck. What was that word? I just said it 2 seconds ago. Selection. Selective. Thank you. Selective. You or someone else being selective was not correct. Or if this is your present moment, not correct. You could rectify it if this is your present moment. But for many of you, Scorpios, this has happened. Being selective being withholding. If this is a situation about your money, being cheap or frugal, maybe not cheap, maybe cheap is a little insulting, I take it back, being frugal. It's one of those situations. I don't know why I have to hammer on this, but being selective, being frugal, holding back, withholding, whatever this is costing in the now. Move on. Can I go? Can we move on? Yeah, yes. Thank you. God, let's go. As a reader, I don't want to like dwell too long on stuff because it just keeps building sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, it's costing you a house. Shit. It's costing that. 10 of Pentacles. Some of you, this is costing you your home. Whether that be the actual physical house. Some of you might be facing eviction notices. Some of you, like, I keep getting this idea of insurance and paying for certain aspects of a policy and not wanting, like, okay, thank you. I'm not a homeowner, so I don't know. But isn't there, like, aspects of, like, insurance to a home that are optional? Like flood protection. Like, if you live in an area, like a desert, and you're like, flood? I live in a desert. I don't need that shit. I'm not going to pay for that. So you don't pay for the flood insurance, right? It's optional. It's a selective thing. You can do it or you don't have to do it, right? Somehow, in this, climate change world that we live in, suddenly the area you live in gets flooded or has a mudslide or something like that, right? That is part of the insurance policy you did not pay for. Therefore, you're not covered. When I was saying all this about what was not done then and you pay for it now, I wasn't trying to say you deserve it or I'm blaming. No, that's not at all what I feel. But it's like, that's how you might be criticizing yourself. Like, how could I have been so stupid? Or, some of you are like, rotten luck. Like, oh, of course. I'm so unlucky. Of course. I moved to this place that's in the desert. I have no reason to worry about floods. I've been here for 2 years in this new house. All of a sudden, there's a fucking flood or there's something that happens and I'm not covered by that aspect of the policy. And you're kicking yourself. That's where this pay for it now. And I'm like pointing. I'm like, pay for it now. I'm not judging you. I think you're judging yourself. I'm not criticizing you or saying that you deserve it, but some of you are like, the universe is punishing me. Oh God, go away. I don't like that. I don't like that energy because I don't think you need to do that. But, Scorpio will do that. Scorpio tends to do those things. So this is costing some of you your house. Either the actual home, like you can't live there anymore. It's damaged beyond repair. It's costing you in terms of, you can't afford to live there, whatever reason. I don't know. So some of you are like in need of a home. That's crazy. You need a place to stay. You need somewhere to go. And options are slim. Options are slim. Like, you see how tiny that woman is? Compared to the big old plate that she's holding up above her head, she's so much smaller than that plate. She's so much smaller than the aspect or the vantage of that home. She's smaller than. So you might need a place, but you don't have many choices. And oh my God, what is this? Because this is not at all, like, I'm getting a very abstract reading for you. This is like not really mostly in line with the traditional meanings. Like, those are secondary here. Primarily, they're giving me the images of what's on the card, and then they're like expanding on it. It's so weird. This is, oh God. Per usual, Scorpio, you take me there. Now, what else is going on? In need of a home, yes. Oh, disruption to home. What is that? Disruption. Oh, come on. Upsetting. Distrust in the home. Fuck. Listen. Some of you, it's not about your physical home, but it's about the home you keep, the home you've built, the lifestyle, the trappings of comfort that you have for yourself. Listen, oh God. You're making me pause a lot. I don't normally pause this long, but this again, this thing with the damn talking and no tongue. Scorpio. Something about this lack of communication, this severing of the tongue is what they're showing me. I mean, it's very graphic, but I can handle it. That's what my brain does. This lack of communication is really costing you a comfort, a reciprocity, an ease, a sharing. Yeah? Gosh. Oh, some of you are not talking about a disruption in your home or distrust in your home and just a lack of ease, a lack. Oh. You know that, you know how some people say disease is dis-ease? I mean, it's, you know, that's how you would spell it, dis-ease. So some of you might not be talking about diseases or ailments and illnesses. And that is a distrustful act. All right, Scorpio, sorry about that. Some of you, yeah, you're not talking about illnesses or diseases or some type of health issue, because Pentacles can talk about health, you know, our wellness, how we, the things, you know, other things that we value in life besides money or property, right? And I feel as though some of you might have an issue, or someone you live with has an issue that's not being discussed. And that, you know, we all make our choices. And I feel like there's something here about having not done something previous to now, in a previous part of your life, at a previous months ago, weeks ago, whatever it is, maybe even years ago, not speaking then, not acting then, not whatever, now. Undiagnosed. Okay, thank you. In some cases, this is an issue of something has been undiagnosed. Oh. So you or someone in your home life may have avoided going to see the doctor, may have avoided treatment. Oh my God, there's so many stories in here. There's so many. Because some of you, this is about physical home. Others, this is more abstract. It's more about the people in the home. Others, this is very personal. Nobody knows. Other people know. It's the whole gamut is in here. But the aspect of the Ten of Pentacles is firm foundations, or, you know, something that's solid, dependable, predictable, something you're used to having in your life, the home, the people in the home. There's like a picturesque, much like the card or the art on the card, it's very picturesque. A lot of us would love a home like that, you know? Big old yard, lots of square footage, plenty of room for you and your family, right? Or the people that you love and care for, whoever they are, right? It's ideal, but you know, I'm preaching to the choir. You know that shit ain't ideal. Something is up. Either the actual physical home that was your dream home has been damaged, it's beyond repair, or the contents of the home, the residents of the home, the people that live there, they are damaged, for lack of a better word. But they are damaged. You are damaged. Something is damaged and off, and it's just, it's a situation. Period. This whole thing is a situation. And to handle it is possibly driving you to the limits. Like the woman, again, like for those where I said you need a place to stay, but, you know, your options are slim. Your options are few and far in between. Same thing if we're talking about people in a home. And finding some solution, finding some type of way out in some cases, okay? Slim to none. Listen, didn't I say that? I did at the start. I'm pretty sure I did. And God bless me for having a moment of clarity. Because I normally don't. Like, this is very much a stream of consciousness. I can forget something that I said literally 2 seconds ago. But at the start, I'm pretty sure I said rock in a hard place. Did I say that for you, or was that Sagittarius? Oh, shit. Now I might be misremembering. But for either of you, at the beginning of your reading, I said rock in a hard place. This is what this feels like. Rock in a hard place. Jesus. And I'm preaching to the choir. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. I'm not telling you anything you're not aware of. You're aware. And many of you are out of your depth. You don't know what to do. Ay, Dios mío. So what's this? What's this? Emperor card. What's this? What's this? The Emperor card, yes. Major Arcana for Aries. Some of you could be dealing with an Aries, but you don't have to be. What is this? Come on. Like, they're showing me so many things. I just want something clear. Something clear. What is this? Excuse me. Combatant. Oh my God. Combatant. Lord. Oh, okay. For some of you, like I just said, this is your opponent, your combatant. The person that you're facing off against. Now, so to go back to that image that I had very early on in the reading about being stuck in the desert in the U-Haul truck. This is you with your very spotty cell phone coverage out there in the desert on the phone with the insurance company or the U-Haul people, the representative at U-Haul. Hey, I'm out in the desert. I broke down with your van. I need help. Blah, blah, blah. For whatever reason. And I'm sure this is, well, I guess they do have that when you do rental with them. Like, they want your insurance, but you can also get extra with them. But you call them and you're like, I need help. I'm stranded. Your van broke down or whatever it is. And you're like, come fix this. And they're like, we're not coming to fix that. You didn't opt for that in your rental agreement, so we're not coming. You'll have to call your private insurance. It's going to cost you out of your pocket, blah, 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 blah. Whatever they tell you. This, basically the point is, this person, whether that it's in that specific scenario of dealing with an insurance company or a representative of an insurance company or whatever it is, or if it's dealing with someone that you're close with, that you share this home situation with, this person's a hard ass. Point blank, period. Wow, I haven't said that in forever. Point blank, period. I have not said that in years. Anyway, hard ass. Not easily persuaded. Very much technicality. Yeah, this person's like about the technicalities. As much as you might expect or wish that this person, quote unquote, had a heart, yeah, they don't. I mean, look at this guy. He's made out of tin cans, right? You call him the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. Except he doesn't want a heart. Unlike that guy who was like, all I want is a heart. This guy doesn't want one. This Emperor energy, whoever it is, male or female, whether you know them personally or not, whether this is just somebody on the phone that you're playing phone tag with, having poor communication with, playing phone tag, doing emails back and forth with a claims adjuster, whoever, they don't have a heart and they don't want one. They're about the technicalities, especially if this is about you talking with someone who works for a company. Their job is to protect the investments of the company. Their job, technically, is not to give you money, it's to save their corporation money, right? So if there's a loophole in some contracts that you signed or some agreements, some policies that you signed on to, and if you opted out of some type of clause, some extra additional fee that would have protected you in case of said emergency, this is said emergency. You didn't elect to have that as part of your coverage. Therefore, we pay you nothing. This person makes no bones about it. We pay you nothing. And you're like, you're so fucking heartless. And they're like, this is just my job. This is just what I have to do. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I'm not here to I'm not pointing fingers. I don't know what's right and wrong, essentially, in this moment. Because this person is from the standpoint of, according to what the papers you signed, according to the documents that we have on file, we are not liable. You are liable. We are not responsible. You are responsible. This person, even though they're a human, even though they can sympathize with you, they will not do it to the point where it's going to cost them and their company. This is specific to those that are dealing with like insurances. Home insurance, car, I don't care what it is. Life insurance policies, maybe, in some cases. Something like that. Outside of those realms, in the home, same thing. Same thing. You wish this person had a heart. Oh my God. Remember I said something about going to the doctors and someone doesn't want to or someone didn't do? And now I'm saying a heart, a heart, a heart. And wishing this person had a heart. Maybe this, oh my God, this is so specific. But maybe some of you, not some of you, maybe like one of you is dealing with a relative, a wife, a husband, a brother, a sister, whoever, who is in need of a transplant or in need of some type of heart surgery. But they didn't go to see the doctor, to be diagnosed. I said that earlier, undiagnosed, right? This person has an emergency, ends up in the ER, they run tests. Oh, by the way, what you had was half a step towards a heart attack. You need a valve transplant. And this person is like, well, how come your doctor didn't? You know, the ER doctor's like, your doctor should have told you this however long ago. And this person's like, I haven't been to the doctor in like 2 years. And you're like floored. This is your husband, your wife, your brother, your sister, whoever. You wish they had a heart. You wish that they weren't so hard-assed about things. But here they go, being a hard-ass, being stubborn, being inflexible, not caring about the impact their health or their wellness has on you or anyone else. And now we're in this shitty situation where it's essentially do or die. The undercurrent of the Emperor in general, Scorpio, is you cannot convince this person to do anything they don't want to do. They are inflexible. They act in their own best interest or in the best interest of the entity or the body of power, the body of whatever that they represent. Going back to that whole thing of insurance, right? What else? Because they're like, and what else? Lord. Again, something about exit strategy or exit. Some of you may want out of a domestic situation. You might not have been able to properly articulate that. Listen. Oh, okay. Oh my God, this is stupid. Listen. There might be a situation where you, Scorpio, and again, this could be vice versa, you know, it's a general, but someone might be dependent on another person. The Emperor is very powerful. The Emperor in general is a very powerful person. They have a lot of sway. They have control a lot of times. In terms of these two being Pentacles cards, and that might have to do with money, and what we see here is an imbalance or a lack of reciprocity, a lack of equality. And again, just based on the artwork on the Ten of Pentacles, how small the woman is compared to the plate that she's upholding, there is this idea of possibly, The Emperor holds all the money in a domestic situation, and that leaves you in their control. I don't know what 1950s world, no offense, by the way, but this is still a reality for many people. I don't know what 1950s world someone lives in where their partner has the money. I mean, okay, it happens. It does happen. Their partner has the majority of the money. They make the money, they control the money, and you might want some type of freedom to leave the home, to leave the relationship, to go spend money, to do whatever. This person says, no, that's it. And you can't. The Emperor is inflexible, powerful, in control. Whether it's an Aries or not, it doesn't matter. And that's so weird because Scorpio, you're a powerful zodiac sign, period. So for someone else to have that type of control over you, which is basically what I'm feeling, it's not going to be that way in many of your cases, but that's what this feels like. Is like, for a few that applies to, Scorpio is in the pocket of someone else, which is very rare. If you're that Scorpio, you have my condolences and my sympathies, friend, because I don't know what you're supposed to do with this. I don't know. That's rock in a hard place. Thank you. And they're like, why? I'm like, why do I have to explain this? Rock in a hard place. You already know. Outcome. Oh, shit. 10 of Swords. Here's the upside. It's over. The worst of it is over. Or the worst of it is happening now. And after this point, we'll be able to release some of this, I think. But my God, some of you feel like this little sad tomato pincushion. Feel poked and prodded and jabbed and stabbed from all angles. Just when you think it's not going to get worse, boom, here comes another little pin. This one goes right in your side. The next pin goes right in the back of your neck. You know, it's just like there's this feeling of, oh, here comes another thing that is going to hurt me. Or another thing that's going to, keep me pinned down. There it is. Oh, God, that's pretty graphic. You guys get some graphic images when I do your readings. But if you're familiar with the traditional artwork of the Ten of Swords, you kind of know what I was alluding to when I said things are being stuck in you, in your back, right? There's this overkill with Ten of Swords. There's this image of a person lying on the ground with 10 swords in their back. That's overkill. To murder a person, literally, with swords in the back, I don't think you need more than like 2 or 3. So to get all the way up to 10, that's some overkill. So there's a big burden happening here. There's a lot of pain and anxiety and exhaustion and just like being, if I'm honest, in some cases, like there's this feeling of abuse. And it's so much. But like I said, when I first got into this energy, I have to tell you, 10s are culmination points. They're the worst that they can get. Or the best, because the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups are, quote unquote, much more pleasant than, say, the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Wands. But we've reached the top. We can't go any further with it. The energy has to be reset back down to the Ace. Yeah? So this 10 of Swords at some point turns over and becomes the Ace of Swords. Big truth, big clarity. Communication again, which was what was lacking or what was so crazy to start with, yeah? So you're going through it, Scorpio. You are going through it. It's painful. It's not pleasant. But again, I get the sense of like the worst of it is happening right now, or you're wrapping it up. You're either in the eye of the storm, or the storm has just left town and you're looking around at all the... That could be what I was talking about. I said flood insurance. Maybe tornado insurance is another one. Right? Some of you, you're in the thick of it right now. Others of you, the storm has lifted. The tornado has blown out of town. It's over, and you're just looking around at all the destruction it has caused. 10 of Swords. And, you know, waking up and seeing your home in disarray. It's destroyed. You know, it's collapsed. Whatever has happened, like, I don't know what you stand there and you're dumbfounded, right? Again, I'm not a homeowner, and I'm not in an area where, you know, most of those types of natural disasters would happen, but I know some of you live in those areas. And if this has happened, no matter what's going on, you have my sympathy and you have my empathy, Scorpio, because I feel many of you, again, rock in a hard place. What the fuck are you supposed to do with this? What can you do? I'm not offering you any solution because none has appeared here. Yeah? Overall energy. She was coming up when I was shuffling the High Priestess. That's very interesting. And there she is again. Anyway, your overall energy, Page of Swords. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be dealing with an air sign, but you don't have to be. You know, the first thing that they're showing me is how mischievous this little kid looks, running around with a pair of scissors, right? Smiling even though he's like leaving like little handprints on the wall. Smiling even though he's running around with a pair of sharp objects, you know? It's like, what are you smiling about? What are you happy about? This is not going well. So maybe if you are in a domestic situation with roommates or other family members and somebody's kind of just like smiling through it and, you know, they're like, hey, you know, it could be worse. You're like, how could it be worse, Tom? How? Like there's something here about possibly someone's carefree nature is upsetting you, or their lack of attention to what's going on. Like, you know, I'm just gonna make the situation not worse, but I'm not being constructive. I'm not helping the situation. I'm smearing my, you know, handprints all on the wall and running around with scissors. Like this is not an energy or a person that's helpful to you. This person is in some ways a detriment to you, or they're just like, they're here, but they're not contributing anything. Yeah. Which is very specific to the artwork of this card. Your reading has mostly been about the artwork, not about the traditional understandings of the cards. Now, the more traditional understanding of the card is Page of Swords. It can talk about children. It can talk about younger energies. So some of you, there might be an issue with kids. Maybe your child has been mischievous. Maybe your child is cutting up in school. Maybe your child is cutting up at home and they're damaging their property. Oh, maybe that's something. If you like lease or you rent an apartment and, you know, the rental office is like, listen, for an extra $100 a month, we can, you know, excuse any type of, you know, structural damage to the rooms. And you're like, nah, I don't need that. Me and my kids, we're well behaved. Turns out, you know, after 4 years, little Jimmy here becomes a little more rambunctious than normal and puts a hole in the goddamn bedroom wall. And all of a sudden, now you're going to pay for that entire repair job versus if you had paid that. You know, do you see what I mean? So it could be that the Page of Swords has cost you something. What else is there? Observation. Okay, so in other cases, this is about needing to observe and being very being very quiet. Shh. They're giving me like, you know, the finger in front of the lips. Shh. There's a very quiet observation going on where this page could be, yes. If this is you, this example, this is for Scorpio. The other two, I feel it was an external person. This one is, shh. Scorpio is being very quiet, very observant, very clever, doing research. Thank you. This is like a covert mission. This is like some Mission Impossible type shit they're showing me. Where you're looking for a loophole. You're looking for like that exit strategy, that needing a way to get out of a fix, get out of this rock and a hard place. You're quietly, very quietly trying to build up a case or find resources to get out of something or to be released from something. That could go up a million different ways. That one is very dicey, that one. But, you know, I'm just going to end it there because, per usual, I've gone on forever with you guys. Scorpio, that's your reading for mid-February. If it resonated, please let me know. Go ahead and hit the like button. You can leave a comment. Oh, look at that with the... There we go. That's better. You can leave a comment. Let me know how this resonated. That would be amazing. You can share the video if you think the message would apply to other Scorpios, or if you want to explain yourself, but you want me to do it for you. Go ahead and share. And if you haven't subscribed, my friends, go ahead and subscribe. Let's become friends. Let's be buds. You know, you could do it just by doing any and all of those things. Scorpio, I will be back soon with the March readings as well as the no communications readings, so you have those to look forward to in the next couple of weeks here on the channel. Hopefully I get to see you then. But yeah, thank you so much, Scorpio, for watching. Take care. Bye.